So Jackson State just won the Swac championship game. What about all the haters who questioned the leadership of Coach Prime, who hated on every single player on this team? Talking about get more 4 and 5 stars, saying that Shadir Sanders is a scrub. You motivated this team. And this team has won the Swac championship game. Now, how do you feel now?
Those are the words you had this team, this community saying when you took over the program, and now having brought a SWAC championship to Jackson State for the first time in over 10 years. How much weight do those words carry?
This is unbelievable. I mean, it just started off with a saying that we really embodied, we really felt. We didn't play our best today, but all our kids gave it our best. And look at this. Look at the community. Look at Jackson. Look at the SWAC. I mean, we were believing. You can do anything you want to in this world if you just believe and stake to it and be consistent and confident and walk in it. Man, I'm so elated right now. This is one thing to win, but to win with our people, Jesus, Lord, I thank you.
You told me at halftime you wanted more takeaways from your defense. Well, you guys got 4 tonight. What was working for them?
The defense is resilient. They're unbelievable. We knew if we scored 21 points, we were going to win. They're not scoring 21 points on us. No one's scoring 21 points on us. This defense is unbelievable. We didn't have our best game offensively, especially Shador. I think this might have been his worst game. But his teammates took up the slack for him, and we got it. We brought it home. This is unbelievable. Do you see this atmosphere? God, I love you.
But your son's still a leader on this team. How proud of you are you of him and the way he conducted himself?
I'm proud of both of them. Both of them contributed to the success that we have.
Lastly, Coach,
they did the doggone thing. I'm so happy right now. I'm lost for words.
You get to go back to Atlanta for the Celebration Bowl. What's that going to be like?
It's going to be unbelievable. Unbelievable. In Mercedes-Benz Stadium, yeah. I love it. We're going to correct our mistakes. Then we're going to get our game plan together, then we're going to be ready. I promise you that. Our coaching staff is unbelievable. The fan support is unbelievable. Our support staff did a phenomenal job. It's not just me. I know they gave me Cody, but this whole organization, this whole city.
What's good, everyone? This is DJ's Raw and Cut Truth, giving you the raw content that you deservedly need. Shout out to the Jackson State fans, not only the Jackson State fans, but Prairie A&M fans, Mississippi fans all around. A lot of folks was at the SWAC championship game. Kudos to all you for supporting HBCUs. It means a lot to the players, not only the players and coaches, but to our community. This is what it's all about. Watching the game on TV and you see fans smiling and living it up, and it's like a big cookout. That's what it's all about. And when you listen to that interview that Coach Prime did, he was in awe of the support. And you heard him say our people. Let me say it again. When he said our people, this is what Jackson State, this is what the mission of Jackson State was to be. To create a power within our people. Within sports. Now, watching the game, I knew it was going to be a slow start because, let's be honest, Jackson State is known for having slow starts. I don't know what's the reason. For some reason, they just have slow starts. And I know for a fact that will be rectified next year. Trust me. But the slow starts. One thing I noticed that Prairie A&M was doing, they did a drop 8 coverage. It confused the hell out of the offense. This was Shadir's worst game. Now, credit to Shadir he didn't let that get in his head. He took what the defense gave him and made a couple key reads. It's just that, man, there was nobody open. And there were a lot of coverage sacks. I know we all get on the offensive line, but if you really watch the game, if you really watch the film, the coverage sacks made a difference. Actually, if you look very closely, the offensive line was very moderate in pass blocking. So it wasn't bad and it wasn't amazing. It was just normal. But that drop 8, there was time where Shadir was just holding the ball, and nobody was open. They did an excellent job with that, and they guarded wide men better than anybody in the conference. And these are what teams are going to do. This is why next season having a stabilized run game is so important. And here's a little nugget. If they are able to get Zach Evans or a big-time running back out in the portal, man, you try to do drop 8 coverage, it's going to be a long night. A run game fixes that. From now on, you will not see teams playing straight up man-to-man against Jackson State. No more. They're not doing it no more. So that's why they got to bring in a run game. If you watch Alabama A&M, shout out to them. Alabama A&M, their offense was so prolific because Qualls, I believe he's the leading rusher in the Swac. That helps. He's averaging 7.8 yards a carry. And when you have a running back like that, brothers like Akil Glass is able to get good looks. Because you can't just do drop 8. Teams try to do drop 8 on Alabama A&M in most games, and guess what happened? Qualls ate them up. And then they had to switch coverages. That's what a run game provides. Speaking of running backs, shout out to Peyton Pickett, man. Peyton Pickett heard all the criticism the whole season. And for him to look like Marshawn Lynch beast mode out there last night was, man, that was well needed. Because he was the offense. Coach Prime in the presser was very honest with everybody by saying that the passing game was horrible. It was horrible. And they got to adjust as a team and know how to attack a drop 8 coverage. Because South Carolina State, they got film on that. And you could throw the records out the window. They got Jacoby Durant, which is one of the top corners in the FCS. I'm sure he's going to get drafted. He better get drafted. Because he's a top-notch corner. So they're definitely, as a team, going to look at that film and try to duplicate that. But Jawan Pass, brother, I expected better from you. Came from Louisville, you always had potential. But man, Jawan Pass is very inaccurate. The short routes, or man, it was disaster. With Jawan Pass has a clear throw and a deep pass. He's really good. But man, when he throws a short route, it's the most inaccurate pass you'll see. And that hindered Prairie A&M. If he didn't have those turnovers, Prairie A&M would have been in striking distance because the offense of Jackson State really wasn't going anywhere. And Coach Dooley pointed that out in the presser, saying that there was forced turnovers. Sometimes the best play is throwing it out. Because when you turn it over to Jackson State and they score off that turnover, I mean, that's all they needed, man. The James Houston interception for a touchdown. The score was like 20-10. It was over then. Because Jackson State is the type of team, if you're not an accurate quarterback, a true pocket passer, and you're down by 10 points in the second half, oh, they got you. Because analytics point out that opposing teams are not going to get more than 21 points against Jackson State. They're not. Alabama A&M has the number 8 offense in the country. They couldn't even score 21 points. And they got to kill Glass. And no matter what y'all say about Glass, Glass is very accurate. All of a sudden, Alabama A&M is not a good team, even though they're 7-3 and they got a prolific offense. I'm not hearing that. Like everybody trying to discredit Jackson State and FAMU because they handle business. Alabama A&M is still a good team. And trust me, next year they're going to have a prolific offense, and I'm sure they're going to go in the transfer portal and get some players. But those turnovers hindered Prairie and made a difference in the game. That's why they made a quarterback switch. So if you're a Swac team and you want a chance against Jackson State, now next year's Jackson State team, I'm warning y'all, they're going to be more talented than this year. They're going to be more talented. So my advice is get a quarterback who has played in the FBS. I've said this before in many streams. Who's accurate, not a runner. Like a balanced quarterback. Like he may run if there's nothing there. But a quarterback that can read all his progressions. A leader. Doesn't get panicked. Doesn't get fazed by getting hit in the pocket. Those type of quarterbacks. And whoever gets a quarterback like that from the portal is going to have a good season. I guarantee it. Example, if Bethune-Cookman with all those athletes, and we all know they're a lot better than their record, if they just get an FBS quarterback who has played, been a starter, and can take a hit, they will have a winning record. If FAMU gets a quarterback that's accurate, that they trust, and doesn't shy away in big moments, FAMU's going to be tough to deal with, and so forth. That makes a difference. And shout out to HBCU Sports. They had that 30-minute interview, press conference of Coach Prime at the end of the game. And Coach Prime said this conference, they know that these teams are not going to score more than 21 points in the SWAC because they don't have a pocket passer. They really had only Akil Glass I could think of as a true pocket passer. Everybody else is either what you call a balanced quarterback who could do a little bit, but they're looking to run more. So run first quarterbacks, you saw with Pass and many others. You really had to have a pocket passer to even make something happen against that Jackson State defense. In closing, I just want to say congratulations to the Jackson State players, coaches, fans for the win. It's been since 2007, 14 years since you won a SWAC championship game. That's a reason to celebrate in itself. And the Celebration Bowl, Jackson State versus South Carolina State, throw the records away. South Carolina State, another team better than what their record is. And since they play in the MEAC and there's not too many teams in the MEAC, they had to play a bunch of FBS schools on their non-conference money games. So I'm sure that South Carolina State would have won more games if they would have scheduled regular FCS schools. They have some talent. Here's a quick fact. South Carolina in this decade has produced more players in the NFL than any HBCU school. They're doing something right. And I'm sure they're going to have another player from that squad, probably most likely Jacoby Durant, to be drafted or to make it to the NFL. But this is DJ's Wrong Cut Truth. Peace and love to everybody. And I'm out.